you mentioned Jamal Adams that being traded. Obviously, could be traded to the 49ers. Do you really think that he's going to be traded, or do you think the Jets just want to hold on to him for now?
No, I think he's going to be traded. I look at that situation as being Minka Fitzpatrick Part 2. Those are the two best safeties in the league, and we saw what Minka did last year. He decided he didn't want to play for the Dolphins anymore, which is bad news for them because he's their best player. He's a stud. They held on for as long as they could, but they couldn't appease him. They were tanking. He wasn't happy losing. He came from a college program where he must have lost like 3 games in 4 years. He's not ready. He wasn't. He didn't want any part of the tank. Didn't want any part of playing nickel, so they traded him right before the Niners game, week 3, for a first-round pick and some late-round picks as well. I think that's pretty much the blueprint for what's going to go down with Jamal Adams, and I don't see any way that the Jets can stop this from happening because Jamal Adams talks like the reason he wants out of New York is because he wants an extension. They won't give it to him. But what I understand is that that's the reason he's using. But really, the issue is the head coach. That if they were to fire Adam Gase tomorrow, Jamal Adams probably would drop his trade demand and say, okay, fine, let's give it a shot. Because Adams has been there since 2017. Gase just got there. And Gase has a history of alienating good players. He did it in Miami. He was a head coach there for 3 years. They had to trade Jay Ajayi. They had to, who was the other guy? They cut Jordan Phillips. And they had to trade Jarvis Landry. These are stud players that you can't be getting rid of, especially if you're a mid-level team like Miami, because the head coach, who's a mid-level coach at best, doesn't like him or they don't like him. So it seems like he's doing the same thing again with Jamal Adams. And if the Niners can take advantage, great. I think he would love to play for Robert Saleh and Kyle Shanahan. I think he'd be happy here. And again, like Njoku, he's not that expensive. He's on a rookie deal. The Niners would have him under team control for 2 more years. The salary cap goes up huge in 2022. The Niners could afford to pay all these guys by then. Yeah, I think it could happen, but again, it's something that would probably have to happen mid-season. So any team that's interested needs to be patient, talk to the Jets, see what they're asking for, because now the Jets are going to ask for an arm and a leg. We want 2 first-round picks, yada, yada, yada. But when the trading deadline approaches and they're faced with the reality of losing him for nothing, they'll probably accept close to what the Dolphins accepted for Minka, which was a first plus some late-round picks. I'm sure they'd like a first and a second. I think the Niners could probably get him for a first and a fourth.
Yeah, for sure, definitely. I had an idea. I think if you look at the Niners roster, you see Quan Alexander. He's really well liked by the organization, but he's not a starting linebacker. He's their Sam linebacker. He only plays half the games. He's paid around like $15 million a year.
13 and a half.
13 and a half. Yeah, so crazy, right? So I was thinking maybe Quan Alexander could be traded to the Jets for a deal for Jamal Adams. Do you think that's a realistic idea?
Interesting. Yeah, I think that him or Jaquiski Tart, why not? Yep. But I think with the Jets, probably what they would really want are the draft picks more than anything. I mean, more than an expensive veteran linebacker coming off a couple injury-prone seasons. Those draft picks are gold in the NFL. I think that's what they want.
Yeah, well, I mean, they did sign C.J. Mosley.
Yeah, so I think probably they would just take the cheap picks.